right, we back.
We back.
What are we doing today, Alan?
So today we're gonna walk through some of my daily cold practices, and pretty much I'll talk about the general Wim Hof breathing technique that I've been doing.
Yeah.
It's Wim Hof's technique, but I'll just kind of give a little demonstration and say what it's been like. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the daily practice of what I do because I mean, the cold lake dips is not what I do every day.
Yeah.
Like I've done the dips I think around 7 or 8 times this whole winter,
Mm-hmm.
which is a good amount, but it's not the daily practice.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this for 4 months, so 7 or 8 times in 4 months is not that much.
Mm-hmm.
Daily, I've really been focusing on my breathing and doing this this breathing technique.
Yeah.
And I think we got some folk coming down here. They're gonna go, what the fuck is going on?
All right, well, we're just gonna ride with it.
We're gonna ride with it. So yeah, I mean, I've been doing the breathing technique in cold showers.
Yeah.
And that's what the method is really based off of is this breathing technique in cold showers.
Yeah.
And this mindfulness meditative practice, which I won't talk about today, but the cold showers is really what it's all about. Being able to get into the shower, you do your regular shower, and at the end, you crank it to the coldest possible setting.
Yeah.
And you let your body have that cold shock for
Mm-hmm.
anywhere between 30 seconds to 2 minutes. At the end of the shower that is the real way you start building cold tolerance, and you get a lot of benefit out of cold therapy. You don't have to go into the lake. You don't have to take an ice bath. That stuff's extra.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff's, taking it a step further. But if you just want the basics of cold therapy, the cold showers can really change a lot for you.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
I find
a daily practice for you.
Yeah, every time I shower,
Mm-hmm.
so every time I shower, I do a cold shower at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that when I started, the initial shock is, you get that almost like you want to start hyperventilating, and it's really difficult to catch your breath.
Yeah.
But once you do,
Mm-hmm.
you focus on the deep breathing, right into your belly. That's what you want to focus on, and your breath will catch, and you'll all of a sudden be enduring that cold from the shower a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll briefly talk about the mindset, because the mindset is one of the biggest things. The more you fight the cold, the harder it's going to be.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay in that cold shower. You're not going to get hurt. And if you really, really tune in on the breathing, you maybe even on your first try, you won't even shiver.
Mm-hmm.
Because your body's natural response is to endure a certain amount of cold.
Yeah.
No, we're not, outdoor animals to be thriving in the cold, but we can endure a lot more than we think we can.
Yeah.
So those cold showers are incredible. That's what it's really all about. The cold showers and the breathing.
Yeah.
And the breathing is what I'm going to kind of go through right now. So
walk us through what are you going to do right now for us?
Yeah, so the breathing right now, it revolves around deep breaths. So I'm going to do 30 long deep breaths, full inhales into my stomach, and just let it go on the exhale. So I'm not going to be purging or like blowing. I'm just going to be letting the breath go.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that 30 times. What that's going to do is it's going to start clearing CO2 from my body, and it's going to increase my oxygen levels.
Yeah.
You can feel lightheaded sometimes doing this. You might get tingling in your hands. It's important to do this sitting down or lying down. You don't want to do this somewhere where you could pass out.
Mm-hmm.
I've never passed out, but people have, and it's possible because you're increasing your oxygen level so much.
Yeah.
So it's something to be mindful of.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not common, I would say.
Yeah.
Now, after you do these 30 breaths, you do a breath hold. So on the last breath, I do a full exhale, and then I don't breathe again.
Yeah.
And I don't breathe I don't time it anymore, but last time I timed it, it was going anywhere between 1 minute and 2.5 minutes, which is a long time. It's really cool. It's like you just don't feel the urge to breathe.
Sure.
There's a reflex, but when you come over that mental reflex of breathing, you just don't.
Yeah.
And you can last quite a long time because the oxygen level in your blood is raised. It's higher. And that's why you can go so much longer without having to breathe.
Yeah.
And that's what the technique is. You do that for 2 to 3 rounds, and that's the Wim Hof breathing technique. It's 30 big breaths, breath hold, and then you take a big deep breath after you hold your breath for a while, and you do it again.
Okay.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
So,
if you're ready, let's get into it.
I'll do. I'm gonna take my glasses off here, and I'll do 1 round today, and just to demonstrate. So.
Yeah, when you're ready, we would
Cool.
love to see it. Great. How was that?
That is all. That was wonderful, actually. The great thing with the breathing is it actually warms me up.
Does you feel much warmer now?
I wouldn't say much warmer. I just I feel.
To some extent, you do. Yeah.
Yeah, to some extent, I feel. Let's just say less cold.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're gonna feel a little cold, nevertheless, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's no, it's quite a great experience because I find anytime I do any kind of meditative exercise outdoors,
Yeah.
sunlight and just the natural light and environment around you, once you close your eyes for long enough and you reopen them,
Yeah.
it literally feels like you're in a new world.
Honestly, yeah.
It's no, it's pretty great.
It's a different sensory experience, right? Like you're so used to being indoors and like very almost mechanical or just sounds to get used to versus like being outside. Just you're taking in these senses that we just are so not in touch with, I'd say, at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with that because it's like when I open my eyes in my room, when I do breathing, it's like still in my room.
Yeah.
But here the environment's changing. It's
Mhm.
not the exact same. And from what you close your eyes to what you open your eyes to what you're going to hear while you're in your, meditative exercises, it's completely different. I just find it so much, it just makes the experience adds like a whole layer of depth to it. It's pretty dope.
No, that's awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think I'm about done though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm talking right to the camera right now. I love the cold and I do a lot of stuff in the cold. By no means whatsoever am I immune to it.
Mhm.
So, when I go on the lake, when I'm sitting out here in the snow, I do feel the cold, but it doesn't hit me in my core.
Yeah, you're not superhuman, right? You can't.
No, I'm
beat
not
the fact that
superhuman,
it's
but
cold, yeah.
yeah, not by any stretch of the imagination, and neither is Wim, neither is
Yeah.
any of those guys. But there's a method to the madness,
Yeah.
and you can do some cool stuff.
Mhm.
So,
Okay, great. No, I think this is a good walkthrough, and it's a good way to get people to get a chance to understand what the real daily work that goes into it is, rather than just it's not like just taking the dips every time, right? It's just that's too much. It's too much on a person, I find. Just start taking dips right away.
no, that's way too hard. It's actually risky. So you definitely shouldn't do that. I didn't start doing the dips after about 2 months of doing cold showers.
Yeah.
So it's not some timeline. It's just that's when I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
People have done the dips on the first day with Wim.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different story. So.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right.
Okay. Thanks for the walkthrough, and we'll see you all another time. Thanks.
See you.